Well, hello everyone, it's Wayne's Adventure. The adventure today is I'm back down here in my hometown of Kershaw, South Carolina. The area I'm at right now, or I'm walking, is it's called the Battle of Hanging Rock. It's another Revolutionary War site that I'm going to show you today. And from my understanding, it's about a half a mile walk down to get to the Hanging Rock area. So we'll see what it looks like. It's been about 38 years since I've been here at this site here. But once we get down there, I'm hoping that it'll still look the same, and then I'll tell you a little bit about the history of that war. So I just keep walking. We should be there in a couple minutes. Well, it is a little bit of a chilly morning. Starting to see some of the some big rocks down in here. But this is part of the battlefield. I can see why they would have it up here like this, because you really couldn't get to them. Kind of a good spot to have, but that ain't how the story ends. But there's the big rock. That's the Hanging Rock, what they call it. Let's go around here and see what all of it looks like. Gosh, it's been a very long time. Well, that's the one is known as the Hanging Rock. Wow, you can kind of go down in there. Look at that. Look at that rock just sitting there. But this is part of the battleground here at Hanging Rock. It's a very big rock there. To tell you a little bit of history of the Revolutionary War right here in my hometown. This is kind of like on the edge of Kershaw. But yeah, they like I say, they call it the Battle of Hanging Rock. This was the American Revolutionary War. If you saw my last video from Camden, South Carolina, where the Revolutionary War was there, well, it kind of moved on through to Kershaw and on through South Carolina. You can see right there in between these big rocks. But anyway, the British was here. That's who occupied this post here at Hanging Rock. And the British was in complete control of South Carolina and Georgia too. And so it was the American patriots led by General Thomas Sumter. He was the one that came in here with 800 troops, and the British had about 1,400 troops, and General Thomas Sumter took it back over. He defeated the British right here in my hometown, Kershaw, South Carolina. Isn't that something? History continues. Now I'm gonna try to go on down this hill so we can look at this a little closer. But there's that big rock, as we know it as Hanging Rock. It's just sitting there. Wow. There's some big boulders in here. Let's go on down. If I don't fall and bust my tail here. It's kind of slippery. The ground is a little wet, but you can see out across there. All right, I kind of made it down the hill without falling. But check out this rock, how it's made right here. Isn't that something? It goes way down to the bottom down there. But continue my story, like I was saying, the American troops was 800, the British had 1,400, and the American troops killed about 200 of the British troops, and from what I understand, the British only killed about 12 of the American troops. So General Thomas Sumter actually won this battle here at Hanging Rock, and I think they said it took about 3 to 4 hours for the battle to be over. But yeah, this is part of the Revolutionary War, the American Revolutionary War. But there's a lot of history, like I said, here in South Carolina, and this is part of it. This Revolutionary War goes on and on to many different places here in South Carolina, and it's just great to know that we have this kind of history here. You can see right up under this rock here. It's very windy today. This is just another view from a different angle of the big rock here. And this huge one beside it. Here's another really big one. But yeah, there's like a river or something that flows down here at the bottom. If you can see it from here, like a creek or river. It's kind of hard to see from up here. Has a big crack in between those two rocks. I'm actually standing up here on top of one of the small rocks at the moment to give you a view across. Wow, that is huge. Again, you can see the hanging rock up there at the top, the one that they call Hanging Rock. And so that's where they got the name of the Battle of Hanging Rock from. Yeah, this was a good place to have your post, as the British did. But it didn't work out for them in the end. Another thing I would like to add to this story is that Andrew Jackson was part of this Revolutionary War here at Hanging Rock. He was born in 1767, and this Revolutionary War was in 1780, so that makes him 13 years old. And later on in life, he became our 7th president here in the U.S. And what a nice thing to know that he was here in my hometown. Unbelievable. And actually, Andrew Jackson was born here in South Carolina. So he was the only president we had that was born right here in South Carolina. And by the way, this Revolutionary War took place on August the 6th, 1780. Just standing here thinking, I would imagine all these trees were not here at that time back in 1780. It is very quiet out here, and I am the only person here at this moment. One more view of the Hanging Rock from a different angle. It's amazing how it's just sitting there, look like on the edge. But I really like it out here. I just always wonder where these big rocks came from. All right, guys, like I said, the American troops was led by General Thomas Sumter, and the British troops was led by John Gordon. So this is the Battle of Hanging Rock, right here in my hometown of Kershaw, South Carolina, or outside towards Heath Springs, right beside us here. But that's the story here at Hanging Rock, and I hope you enjoyed. And that'll do it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.